54 minutes after the hour. Thank you for joining us on the Power Hour today. Our guest is Bob Chapman. We're talking about what's happening in the world of finance or corruption, finance and corruption, which go hand in hand together. We're taking your phone calls. And in the next hour, we're going to be talking to Irvin Baxter. He is well known, appeared on many television programs, radio shows, on the subject of prophecy. And he has some prophecy to share with us that has worldwide implications, obviously. Let's go back to the phones and go to Annette in West Virginia. Annette, you're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Yes, good morning, you all.
Morning.
I have to say amen to everything that has been said before. The selective tariffs that Mr. Chapman suggested are logical because of the way our that we have outsourced everything and offshored all our production. But the most important thing, which he knows, is to bring back production in this country and then put a tariff on everything. Now, with reference to selecting our leaders, there is a movement now, and I'm not sure if I heard it on your program or another program, but this grassroots movement called Get Out of Our House.
Yeah, we had that on the program, GOOH.
.com. Yes, that is the biblical and constitutional way of electing people without having to spend all this money to do it and all the trouble that is involved. And of course, Americans really should take a look at the 45 communist goals. If they would read those 45 communist goals, they were published in the Congressional Record on January 10th, 1963. And you could get a copy by calling the government, the Congress. I was sent a copy not too long ago. But really, everything that's in those goals is what's happening to this country.
Okay. Bob, your response?
She's absolutely right. And I think the evolutionary process, and there's different types of socialism. You get Marxist-Leninism, socialism, liberalism, fascism, and the basis is all socialism. It's just different degrees and different approaches. And knowing what the communists were after and are after is important, but it melds in with today in what we're doing in government and in business. And I think we're closest to following the model which evolved from Benito Mussolini and Adolf Hitler, which is called National Socialism, which is fascism. And that's the model we have today that they're trying to implement in totality. The concentration of business and government, the Federal Reserve, which we discussed earlier in the program, everything becomes a monopoly. And if you don't work for a monopoly company, well, you just don't, have a job, and that's being shown up in our unemployment figures. And then, of course, the lady who was just on said that we should have tariffs of some kind, and that's fine. Let's do it. And that'll bring back prosperity to America. In turn, it could be detrimental in part to others, but I think it's about time we started thinking about Americans and not everybody else in the world. Not that we dislike them.
Oh, no. I don't think anybody disagrees.
We have our whole house to tend to.
Yeah, I don't think anybody disagrees with that. Let me... It's 58 minutes after the hour. We're going to a break. We'll be back 1 minute, 10 seconds. And then Parrott in Alabama, you're up next, and Marine in Marine in Virginia. Stay tuned. We'll be back with Bob Chapman. This is Joyce Riley. Our world has been, we want to straighten it out. And joining us today is Bob Chapman, who's been doing that for years, trying to tell the truth. And he has been telling the truth, trying to change the world. Well, it hasn't changed totally yet, has it? And we've still got our job ahead of us. Let me go to Parrott in Alabama. Parrott, you're on the air with Bob Chapman. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I need some information about some financial situation.
We give no financial, legal, or medical advice on this program. This is for your educational and entertainment purposes only. Go ahead, please, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard just a few minutes ago that if I had CDs in the bank to pull them out.
Bob?
With banks going under, we don't know how long the FDIC insurance is going to last. The dollar, up until a few months ago, had been going down quite a bit in relation to 6 other major currencies in an index called the USDX. And I think that's going to continue. In fact, Dudley, who is the head of the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, inferenced that in a recent speech that he gave. And they're not going to be able to contain the dollar. So why would one want to hold a CD paying 1.5% or 3% or whatever it pays when the value and the purchasing power of that dollar is going down, or that CD is going down? So what you do is you take the money out and put it in gold and silver related assets, either coins or shares or both.
Mine is up for renewal in June. Should I go ahead and pull it out?
Well, I would, yes, absolutely. And I would get some coins and some shares. And if you want further advice for nothing, all you have to do is email me.
Okay.
That's VOB. Is that on the site, Joyce?
Well, go ahead and give it. We put it in our email blast, but go ahead and give it again.
It's VOB at INTFORECASTER.com. Bob at intforecaster.com. We'll answer any questions you've got and steer you in the right direction. We don't charge anything. All we want people to do is to subscribe and read the newsletter. And incidentally, that Ted Anderson deal is for one of those French roosters, which is a little bit less than 1/5 of an ounce of gold. It's about $260. Believe me, it's the hottest deal that I've ever seen in the newsletter industry.
Yeah, it's really a good deal if you subscribe to that and call Midas at 800-686-2237 and tell him the Power Hour sent you. He will give you your information, but obviously, we're not big on keeping your money in the bank when we don't know what's going to happen to the banks, Parrot. Are you listening in Sylacauga, Alabama?
Yes.
All right. That was a wild guess because of our WHEA there.
You said that just right.
Sylacauga.
A lot of people can't say it.
Took me a while. And you know what? Irvin Baxter, our guest coming on next, is also on the Sylacauga station. So, how cool.
Let me ask you one more question.
Go ahead.
My retirement check is direct deposit, and my Social Security check is direct deposit. What should I do about it?
Well, let me tell you what I do. I've been receiving Social Security for 9 years, and I don't have a pension. And I get a check sent to me.
Are you right? But should it be direct deposit or not?
No, I don't think so. I think you should take and deposit it yourself. And that's my feeling on it. I would never do it on direct deposit.
I should change it, right?
I'm sorry?
I should change it by direct deposit. If the check comes to me and I want to deposit, I can.
Yes, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said. Thank you very much, Parrot. Thank you for listening, and thank you, Sylacauga, for carrying the Power Hour. Let's go to Maureen in Virginia. Maureen, you're on the air. Go ahead, please. Oops. Maureen, my fault. I am so sorry. We're out of time. I apologize. I'll tell you what. Hold. Go ahead, Maureen. Okay. We lost her.